Here we go. What's this? Something different? Not at all. Well, kind of. It's Ratchet and Clank 3, up your arsenal. It's been a long road. I've said that a little bit. But here we are at the beginning of the end. And not even really. But it sort of is. Because as far as the Darklighter does the classics section is concerned, this is it for Ratchet and Clank. We'll come back to this series at some point. But this is going to be it. It's probably going to be more than one stream. You know, the first two games were. But this is going to be the beginning of the end. Like, you know, the I don't know, every movie in a franchise that tries to say it's the end, but then they just do more. This is the beginning of the end. It's like, yeah, whatever, Disney. We know you're going to do another 100 Star Wars films. But this is the third and final chapter in the trilogy that came out on PS2. I think now that I say that, the main trilogy, you know, because there was the fourth game, Deadlocked, which wasn't really one of the platforming games. That's why I call it the platforming trilogy. But as far as the OG games are concerned, this is it for the end. There's many more games to go in the Ratchet and Clank series, and at some point I'll probably play all of them. But for the time being, this is the last one. This is it for Darklighter does the classics. Actually, this is probably it for my sort of, how do I put it, more specifically, my classics, because these are the three that I played as a kid over the ages of 13, 14 and 15, because this game, the third one, came out in 2004. So this is the whatchamacallit, the would have come out when I was 15 years old, so it's gone from 13, 14 to 15. And yeah, it's interesting revisiting it, you know. Basically, I can't remember what the year, you know, I can't remember the year that I last played it, because I did play the second and third one, especially because I owned them for a number of years. But it, you know, it's been some time, and because I only owned them on PS2, it was only really when I had a PS2 that I it's not like when I got a PS3 I didn't immediately get rid of my PS2, but like it was only while I owned one that I played these games. So probably by the end of the 2000s, you know, by the time probably I'd say the year 2010 came along or something. After the year 2010, I probably hadn't I'd say that I probably hadn't played it definitely by the year 2010 or onwards at least. So, you know, it's like it's many a year since I've played these games, and so these three especially are sort of, you know, a trip down memory lane. But then there's also just the other classics, like there's the ones that came out on PS3 after it. So we'll get to those at some point, and then we'll eventually catch up to the to the, you know, the newbies, like the one that came out. There's the recent one which came out for PS5. So the series has really crossed, you know, multiple generations of game consoles. It's only the first PlayStation that they weren't on, but all in good time. But for the time being, it's Ratchet and Clank 3. Let's do this. Once more into the breach, my dear friends. Act like it's some sort of World War One trench poem. It's like it's just Ratchet and it's just a video game, mate. And it's only a platforming video game. It's like it's got shooting elements. It's like, yeah, but it's like it's sci-fi, children's sci-fi. It's not just for children. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's for all ages. It's got something for everyone. This one I really remember being able to upgrade the guns quite a bit. I also played after the game was complete, because obviously at the end of the second one we had the thing about you could play the game again on a harder challenge mode, like challenge mode, where it's even tougher. I think just the enemies do more damage is what it was. And upgrade them to mega settings. But there was something in the third game as well about upgrading them to a certain level of like class of gun. I think they upgrade in the same way as they do in the second, but I feel like there was even something maybe more to it. I might just be thinking of the same thing, but there was definitely a strong upgrade component I remember in the third one. And I feel like there was also a what's what I'm looking for? There was another what's the word I'm looking for? Think before you speak, dickhead. There was another arena that you went to in this one. I like the casual little main menus that they seem to implement. I can't remember the first one really having one of those. It sort of did, but it was a lot more further back, and so you didn't see too much going on, whereas the first and yeah, and there's even a multiplayer component in this one. I forgot about that. I forget what actually that was. I think it might be in that arena. I can't remember if you playing against each other. I feel like it might be playing alongside each other. Yeah.
Devours your mutant swamp fly. Oh yeah, I bet you didn't see that one coming. What are you doing?
Check and mate.
What? That's cheating.
On the contrary, the rules clearly state that the Blargian Snagglebeast has an allergic reaction to swamp flies that last 2 turns. Ooh, it is on again.
Mactar Casino. Is that in the second game? Was that the place you went? What, didn't you go to that in the second one?
Do you lose as gracefully as you win?
I would not know, Maximilian. I never lose.
There is a first.
Secret Agent Clank.
Agent Clank.
I'm going to guess the Secret Agent Clank game came out after this because it was on PSP, and I swear that PSP came out after PS2. It was more around the same time. Yeah, it was definitely sort of alongside the PS3.
Shocking.
Because it even used sort of like the PS3 menu, basically.
And mind the ejector seat this time.
I sort of missed that PS3 menu.
Stay tuned for more.
It's, I don't have any problems with the PS4 menu, but I do sort of miss the something about the PS3
That
one.
was terrific.
Yeah, great. Change the channel.
But the man said to stay tuned.
We continue our live coverage from Veldin. Just hours ago, the planet was attacked without warning by a terrifying alien race known as the Tyrannoids.
The
Officials
Tyrannoids.
believe that an evil robotic supervillain known as Dr. Nefarious is the mastermind behind the Tyrannoid attack. As you can see, the Galactic Rangers are putting up a valiant fight, but they are no match for these tentacle-eyed Tyrannoids.
Dr. Nefarious, it seems like a lot more of a Crash Bandicoot style villain.
Darla Gratch, Channel 64 News.
We're going home.
We're going home. Oh, is that where he's from, was it?
Is in the Solana galaxy. Oh no, not the gravimetric warp drive. The untested gravimetric warp drive. The one
I love how he
built
just
from
rams it
Blargian
into there.
scrap metal. Coming, we are doomed.
You were saying?
I stand corrected.
I just hope we're not too late.
Because in the second game you don't go to any places from the first one because it's in another galaxy. I'm trying to remember the story of this one, to be honest. Veldin, yeah. That's his home planet, isn't it? Yeah. Why doesn't he have any guns? You think he'd have some? Even in the start of the second game, he had the Lancer and the whatever that, you know, the grenade,
These
whatever,
must be
the bomb
Galactic
weapon.
Rangers.
Hey, look! It's a new sergeant!
Huh?
Here, Sarge, you can have my gun. There's too many of them. We're all gonna die!
There we go. He gave me a gun.
Press circled.
Shock blaster. Right, it's like a shotgun style weapon. Okay, so we're starting off that way, are we? There's sort of a guy in a mech. What's that 10 out of 10 at the top? Is that my health? So they're not doing it as like a bar with units.
Somebody's gotta take it out.
Let me guess. That somebody is me.
We got a volunteer. Here, Sarge.
Try using the nitro launcher against that vehicle.
Boom. So you still... Oh, it's still the same things, but it looks like they just give you numbers now for health.
Weapons,
I forgot about that.
triangle, and select an... Hold L1 to precisely target your weapon.
Okay. So a different sort of health bar. Instead of a bar, it's just points. You know, that's a bit of a difference. Oh. I think I sort of like the bar more, eh? The bar, I think the units that you can see on the screen. There's something about the numbers, it just feels a bit less, you know, it's just a bit more statistical of just, you know, 10 out of 10.
Your maximum nanotech
Yeah, look, now it went up to
level
11.
increased.
It doesn't feel as much, it's just like, you got 11, you know. Seeing it go across and go longer across the screen, you know, just felt like, you know, like the hearts in Legend of Zelda. Link to the Past or whatever. So that's something I'm actually sort of... It's not like a gameplay conceit, it's more of just, you know, a visual thing. But it's something I'm not liking as much in this one. I think the second one had the best one. Because it had like the amount of health you could get, but also just the health bar looked cool. It wasn't that different really to the first one, but it was just the, you know, felt like it was maybe the best in terms of the visual appearance there.
What's the situation?
The Noids have fallen back to a base in F sector. We have orders to go in and take them out. F sector. No way. Game over, man. We're all gonna have
Game
a
over,
scrap
man.
battle.
Get back in there, trooper.
The
We've
game's
got a
nowhere near
planet to
over.
save.
Yes, sir.
The Rangers. So they just weren't around in the first one at all, I'm pretty sure. They're just suddenly there now. That might be the thing that you're in with Quark. Remember I mentioned in the other streams for the second one. Now there's whatchamacallit. Yeah, this is a new type of thing where you like drop down and have to avoid ammo like flying up at you.
The Noids could be hiding anywhere.
I swear Quark, I think, becomes a part of the Rangers or something, but he's sort of a bit of a joke. I might be wrong, I feel like I remember something akin to that.
Watch out! They're coming out of the rubble! Here come the Noid dropships!
ship. I keep wanting to shoot them, and it's like, no, the robots are the good guys.
You can reverse the camera controls in the options menu.
Place those tyrannoids!
Blaster.
The doors have opened. Look out!
I've already gone up to 12 health now. I didn't even notice that. Increased again. And look, now the gun's upgraded.
Your weapon has
Shock Blaster V2.
weapons upgrade
That's
automatically.
right. I feel like I remember that where like they just go up in numbers. I don't remember them if they change names at all. The way they did in the second one and that. I think they just go up in the numbers, the V2, V3. So you notice a bit more of a and I think you notice them level up more than this one. I feel like just noticing a more leveling up. I think is a part of it. Was I supposed to go that way? Maybe I was and jump up there. I think so, actually.
Destroy that vehicle!
There we go. And what, we got on another ship already?
Sir, we have a transmission from the president!
How are things on the front lines, soldier? Is that secret agent Clank?
Greetings, sir. We are here to help.
Well, this is an honor.
That's funny, Clank's more famous than Ratchet.
No. Hold on a second, sir.
Agent Clank.
After the first one, it was really just that they were both famous, but it's funny that somehow Clank's become more famous.
Just received a top secret report on that man's
It'll be interesting to see how that plays out across the other games as they continue on. Like, has that become more of a recurring thing, that Clank's the more famous one, or does it ebb and flow, or is it only this one where they have Clank being, you know, more famous?
Or maybe he doesn't. It's one of nature's mysteries.
I've seen him run right through our camping site. He was buck naked, screaming and holding a banana. Or maybe it weren't a banana. It could
This might be Quark, actually. It might be like Quark, he's living out in the bush or something.
This mysterious creature
Yeah.
is actually one of the greatest superheroes who ever
Yeah,
lived.
see?
Shamed by his recent past, he is now one of nature's mysteries.
Because he's been a bad guy twice now. Supporting the bad guy in the first one and then being the bad guy in the second one. So, I'm trying to remember. I feel like there was some point where he turns good again to some, to some degree. And I only played these three, so if I'd seen that, it would have been in this one. It's also interesting to see how much Quark plays into the other ones, if he's a part of the later games, or because I think the other games are called the Future Saga, is what they're in, the other four after this. So, is he even around? You know, if it's in the future. We shall see. Florana. Did we go to that planet in the first one? Plasma Whip. I don't remember that one.
Your controller can be configured with
Oh, he actually was kind of moving towards them just when I was... That was something different, actually. Was like when I was striking around, he was kind of just moving towards them in that direction. Not like changing direction that I noticed, but he just seemed to be, you know, shifting in closer to them just by hitting it like in a different way. No, I don't think we went to this planet. We would have encountered these guys, I'm pretty sure. wonder if it lets you change like the stylization of the nah. Skins. I don't remember that. I didn't remember trying to do those things back in the day, the different skins. That doesn't ring a bell at all. Not saying it wasn't in there, but I just don't even remember. Oh yeah, I remember that. Like, I always played as this skin or something. Like, I didn't remember. It's totally foreign to me.
To perform a long jump, run, then press R1 and X at the same time.
Gunning down the natives. Nothing more progressive than that.
You can climb a ladder by jumping onto it and pressing X until you reach the top.
Is that another just standard vendor, or is that a different? Yeah, they're yellow in this one. There's a lot of yellow in this one for some reason. They just seem to have gone very heavy with the menus and everything all being that colour. For some reason they feel like that's a there's no other directions I can go, is there? Really? No, I've got to go this way, I think. Here we go. Oh, first bit of damage that I took. And it did 4 damage. Jeepers, right from the get-go there are enemies doing...
Inferno mode. Your armor and wrench attack have been
Oh, okay, that's a new thing.
increased for a limited time.
Some sort of a berserker mode. And then they bring you into this sequence just after it, like, clearly on... Oh, it's off now. Is that it?
To jump between walls, jump, then press X in midair while next to a wall.
Feels like that might be about as far from those... between each other that those I've ever seen those walls. Oh, and see, it went up. My maximum nanotech went up, but it didn't seem to go back to full. Like, they didn't just give it to... I think it just went, like, to almost full. That's an interesting point of difference. And the second one, it would just go back to whatever the new maximum that you had, it would just go to that. Interesting, these little modifications in that they make across the games.
Ratchet, we have company.
Where?
Behind you.
Where?
Behind
It's a one-eyed monkey.
Very funny.
That's not a metaphor.
Having a good time.
Here he is.
Trespass on sacred ground. Now you walk path of death.
But, sir,
Path of death.
Ratchet's just looking at him like, you're a joke. Luckily there happens to be a N60 Storm. Is that the... I think this might be like the machine gunny type weapon. Yeah, it seems to be. Currently not firing as quick as what the other ones did, but I think that they got quicker as well. Ah, very Crash Bandicoot sort of going on there.
To center the camera, tap L1.
Well, this is very Crash Bandicoot. Oh my god. That was bullshit. I tried to double jump and he just didn't do it. See, look, like that. I just literally did the thing and he was like, nah, we're not doing that. It's fine. Wow, you're really calling bullshit on this game at an early point, aren't you? Yeah. Still barely made that across the way I did that. Yeah, this is... Of course, these might be certain kind of things that for this kind of, like, whatever that they're doing, the design of this level, with all that stuff, like... But it's very, very Crash Bandicoot. Almost like it was like, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm really fully understanding the pattern. Like, I can sort of see the pattern going on there, but it's kind of so a bit too much, so I'm just sort of, whatever. I'll just keep jumping randomly and hope I dodge enough of it. This looks like a little bit of an arena battle kind of thing.
Not me.
Okay, we walked your path of death. Now, tell us what you know about
Seems a bit
Dr.
out of breath,
Nefarious.
Ratchet. Who?
Dr. Nefarious!
Quark
They
of the
say you're
jungle.
the only man to ever beat him. This guy's even dumber than...
Captain Quark?
Yeah, Captain Quark. That's it, Quark. You've had this coming for a long time.
He's gonna get a kicking. Whoop. Whoopsie whoopsie, super doopsie. And my health just went up again.
So, Quark has completely lost his mind. Now what?
Just keep the mask on. He thinks you are his new leader.
Great.
Oh, they jam him into there, do they? Yeah, see? He comes along with them. I knew there was something like this.
This is Captain Sasha of the Starship Phoenix. The president has asked me to assist you.
There's another female. She doesn't look like she's a Lombax. She's something
I
else.
see you have located
Maybe she
Captain
is.
Quark.
She looks like she's
We
something
got him,
else.
but,
Maybe she's just a brown Lombax because they're trying to be diverse.
Of course.
After the yellow Lombax, female Lombax, which is presumably the Caucasian colour of their species. Starship Phoenix.
Look at that, Clank. This ship is amazing.
It's pretty big.
Welcome aboard the Phoenix, gentlemen.
Whoa.
Impressive, isn't she? The Phoenix is the pride of the galactic fleet. She's equipped with the
Isn't she on that ship? Why is she talking to them still on the screen?
auto vendors for armor and weapons, virtual firing range, starfighter upgrade system, even a Gadgetron VG9000 game system.
A VG9000?
Of course. With a Mavix Fireball Pro controller, VR headset, and a zero-G dance pad attachment.
Will you marry me?
Well, you've obviously had an exhausting trip. Why don't you stop by your quarters? We prepared a custom living area for Quark, so he won't get in your way. Come meet me on the bridge when you're ready.
To view the world map, press select or R3.
The world map. Oh, that's a little bit different as well. It'll just take you to a menu in the other one, and then you press square on this one to go to missions. And it seems a little bit more pronounced, the actual... So each mission has a picture also attached to it. Pardon me. That's what we're after, the vendor.
This is...
The suck cannon. That's a gun from the past, yeah. What was that skin? Old school Ratchet. Flashback to Ratchet and Clank 1 with this retro Ratchet get up. Let's do retro Ratchet. I like that.
Please take Quark to the cage in your quarters, and then meet me on the bridge.
Is it this way, is it? Or where is it?
This is our onboard Gadgetron armor vendor. We'll notify you whenever a new suit of armor is available for purchase.
There was a lot of armor in the second game that I just didn't even buy. Because there's a ton more nuts and bolts that you need to earn in order to get it. Jeez, where am I supposed to be going?
This is the
I probably
Phoenix
could
VR
look at
deck. Here you can
the
train in
map,
combat
but...
simulations or practice using new gadgets. Welcome to the Phoenix Trophy Room. Whenever a crew member is awarded a Medal of Honor, it is displayed here. These are your quarters. I set up the VG9000 to play vid comic discs.
Is that a beard? Some giant blonde beard that he's
How
got.
do you think he got like this?
Well, the life of an intergalactic superhero can be very stressful.
Yeah. Anyway, you're telling me this nutcase is our only hope?
Oh, so he actually looks like that in the cutscenes as well. Okay. I suppose it makes sense. You know? But the skin isn't
This
just
is
something
the
for
VG9000 game system.
the game
If you have a
itself,
vid
the
comic,
gameplay.
You could play it here. Great. Meet me on the bridge.
Press triangle to interrupt these.
Press triangle to interrupt the message telling you how to interrupt messages. Irony!
We're losing the signal. Try boosting the power.
Isn't that the president?
They came out of nowhere. Tyrannoid invasion force.
Oh, now it matches the static behind
Presidential
me in the
compound
corner of
has
the
been
screen.
breached. Cannot hold out much
Not quite,
longer
you can
here.
still tell the
Mr.
two apart.
President. Dad, are you there?
Oh, Dad.
Dad?
Wow. So she was talking to him in a formal capacity, and then she broke it and was like, "Dad."
Citizens of the Solana Galaxy, the hour of your liberation is at hand. Too long have we robots suffered.
He seems like a really traditional kind of Dr. Neo Cortex or something kind of supervillain of just wanting to destroy stuff, you know? Whereas even the guy in the first one had sort of a, you know, there was sort of a deepness to his sort of his plan of like, oh, I destroy places and then I take over a place and I, you know, sell or whatever, I pollute it or whatever, and then he manipulates it, and then until there's nothing left to manipulate, you know, turns it to a wasteland and then moves to the next thing. This guy seems to be he seems to just be a very traditional sort of, I want to destroy.
Plot a course from Arcadia. Maximum speed. Prepare the dropship for planetary assault. We're going in.
Planet Marcadia. I'm gonna get a drink, but I'll be right back. Rightio. Fucking hell. Okay. Where do we go to actually... Oh, probably go to the spaceship, do we? Our actual ship. It's interesting, this game actually has they try and give you like a hub thing. You know, like, whereas the first two games don't really have that. You know, like sort of hey, this is like the hangout, you know, sort of this is your safe zone or something, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if that's something they'll continue on in the sequels, if they're always going to have like sort of a hub place that you sort of, you know, you go back to, and that's the, you know, the headquarters or whatever they call it of your adventuring. I like that little thing, the moving around like that. Another little advancement. See, it's still all the same game engine and everything, but that kind of stuff, but it's just what they've done with it. They've just tinkered around with it and keep refining it and adding on little bits and pieces. But it's not like it's a dramatically different, you know, game. You know, like in terms of the quality, like the actual graphics or anything. It's essentially the same game. They're just sort of cranking it up a bit more each time or something.
Glad you made it, sir. The presidential compound is on the other side of the city. Keep your head down. The Tyrannoids are crawling all over the place.
What happened to them? Why did he just disappear? He teleported or something?
Tap triangle to cycle through the last 3 weapons you have equipped.
Oh, I've already upgraded that gun. But see the V2, it's just the same name, just V2. Like the Iron Man suits, you know, the Mark II or the Mark 25, whatever, you know. Which is interesting in some ways, I sort of like it. I think if they call them the Mega something or whatever, the same name, but they give it the Ultra or the Mega or something, you know, they give some sort of attachment name, is also a cool way to go. But like, Ratchet and Clank 2 would kind of do a mixture of that as well as change the name. I don't know if I really care too much about those Inferno mode kind of ones though. I might find myself really wanting to utilise them at some point, but I couldn't say I'm really too fussed about them, to be honest.
Nice shooting, sir. A second wave of Tyrannoids just landed. They're attacking the compound from the other side. We could sure use your help.
You got it.
Follow me to the dropship.
And my health went up again. Well, as your health goes up, though, it might take longer and longer each time, but it feels like it's kind of going up quite easily, you know, at this point. But as it goes up, it might take longer each time, you know. So we'll see. But I'm already up to 15. You think if they're doing 4 damage, it's like, well, there's like, you know, a few hits I can survive, you know, so. Essentially. Prize. Survive the arena or something. Okay. So in fact it gives you a prize for that specific mission.
Just in time. You must defend the presidential palace. The Noids are dropping in reinforcements.
The Noids. Here come the Noids. Quite a large open space. Like a particularly large, you know, it's a bit of an arena, isn't it? Even though it's not an actual, like, Colosseum kind of battle arena, it's just a big open space, but it's functions that kind of purpose as the arena in the second one in that, in terms of this big battle space. But it's actually meant to be like a battleground. And it just went up again. Can you believe that? Oh, I should start paying attention. But a bit too much for the...
Area secured. Nice work, ladies. Let's move out.
Air assault. But I'm getting like bolts specifically just for doing the missions, like not to mention the bolts that are actually in the mission. See, like there's more bolts. How have I got more ammo? I didn't buy any more. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Well, you're a robot. You've never lived. And my health went up again. Jeepers creepers. Goodness gracious me, how could it be? And the gun upgraded again. Can you believe that?
This weapon upgrade features a
Features a lock-on mod.
To lock onto enemies, press and hold L2 and R2.
Well, there's already auto-aiming, that kind of functions pretty much as well. Thanks, Sarge. Find that they just imbue him with the rank of Sarge, like they just start calling that. Why not Captain or Lieutenant? Like what Sarge, you know? If you're gonna give him some officery thing. Turret command.
Need to take out those enemy dropships. The sauces are just icing on the cake.
So I'm not going to take these out. Yeah, he said the sauces are just icing on the cake. Icing on the cake. So those are just extra, but the big ships are what I've really got to go for. Cover and fire! Cover and fire, I need it, boys. They got us pinned down, and they got their hula hoops and their twisters or something. They're trying to play mahjong on the chessboard.
This is the last wave, Sarge. Don't give those plus buckets an inch. Protect the repair crew. We need that turret back online.
I've actually got to specifically protect some people. Yeah. Doesn't really seem like very long that I've got to protect them. A little bit of a different kind of mission that you don't normally have to do in Ratchet and Clank, like protect some people.
We'll have this baby back up in no time. We've got to protect the repair crew.
And my health went up again.
Keep it up. The repairs are almost finished.
Oh. Taking some shots.
The repairs are finished. Now we'll give those Noids a taste of their own medicine. The Noids have launched an all-out assault. We need those air defenses online yesterday.
Enemies appear red on the radar. Allies appear blue. Mission objectives appear green.
Those turrets can only target aircraft. You need to handle the ground troops yourself.
Oh no, they can't. They can target ground troops, so Oh. Just managed to avoid that. Making it a little bit annoying that I've got to like try and do this while they're shooting at me or something though. Bit of a dick. Oh, my health went up again, but notice it's not it doesn't go up to full. The second game did that, but this one's not doing it. Interesting, Mr. Bond. Oh. And they also keep filling up your ammo while you go through this. It's done very much like an arena.
I must say, I've never seen a chauffeur fight like you do, son. Who says you can't find good
A
help
chauffeur?
these days, right, Clank?
What is he on about?
Sasha's told me a lot about you. Don't get any ideas, kid. She is way out of your league.
Don't get any ideas, kid. She's way out of your league. I'm like Bill Clinton because I only left the presidency a few years earlier in this video game.
We need our star player back in the game.
We need our star player back in the video game.
Yes, sir.
My daughter tells me you're a man who's good with his hands, right?
Sir, I swear I never...
The city's laser
Sir,
show
I swear I never-
during the attack. Now, we are defenseless without it. I sent out a man to fix
Bill
it,
Clinton
but he
in space.
disappeared. I need you
Back
to
then
get
it probably
that
wasn't so
shield system
controversial to
back
have a
online.
character inspired by Bill Clinton, but now they'd be like, ooh, that's a bit rough. I'm the Bill Clinton in space president. I never went to war. We went to Bosnia maybe, but that wasn't the same. Was a gun just sitting there? And the bullets for this seem to bounce around quite a bit. They seem to bounce around quite a bit. Wendy, darling, light of my life.
The refractor will let you redirect laser beams. Just equip
We
it
will
and
redirect the laser
laser.
beams onto the
Analog,
locations
and
we
use the left
desire.
analog stick to aim the beam.
What? I wasn't paying attention to that because I was doing a German accent. The refractor. There we go. Oh, and then now it turns on its own though. You don't need to continue refracting. That doesn't make a lot of sense. The only reason it was turning in the first place was because that thing was refracting the beam. Doesn't make any sense! It's unrealistic. I wonder if you can use the laser to kill things. That's an option. If the laser will do the swishy swishes. Use the laser to fight the boombox man. I ain't never seen no Ratchet and Clank game like this before. It's got some new things going on in it. You gonna make that there laser beam go around the corner again? That's what you gotta do. I reckon I didn't like what Jesse Dixon was doing to Mama. Oh, laser beams. They're definitely going to make a thing out of this across the game, aren't they? Where's the puzzle thing for opening doors? Where's that? You know, we have to make things go this way or that way, or do something in a certain time limit. Like, we know there's one of those coming along. Like the trespasser or the infiltrator. It's coming. I'm sure it's coming. This game actually doesn't feature one. Oh, no, I'm sure it does. I like these bridge designs that they do in some of these Ratchet and Clank games, though. They're pretty cool. Little musical tone that occurs when you walk across it. Cool. That's cool. That's a cute little bridge.
Ratchet,
Why you gotta keep saying queer things about the architecture?
use the beam to lead the spider drone over the symbol and then zap it with the laser.
Zap it. What am I supposed to do? Lead it over there. Okay. Oh, Mr. Mahjong Man. Mr. Boombox Man, who has a music head. You Americaners with your hip-hop and your rap music, yeah. Making all of the boombox music. You gotta move it out there, and you gotta make laser go over there, and then it comes down there again. All these laser beams, it must be like Tom Cruise's nightmares. Oh, the lasers do damage things, okay. Like enemies. I was wondering if it would kill them. So theoretically I could control the laser and use it to aim around and just go War of the Worlds insanity. Yeah, use the laser beam to kill the boombox man. Yeah, Mr. Boombox man. You have come to the end of your rope, as they say. Quite an interesting enemy design. There's a wiggle kind of creature things, and there's bigger and smaller versions of them, but it's just quite a random concept. Oh, it's a scientist,
Hey,
dude.
look, it's Al. Got
Oh,
the
it's
shields up yet?
a specific scientist we've seen
I
before.
am concentrating. What the? That's a Quark vid comic. Excuse me.
Excuse me. Why's he got to have the
Accurate
lisp?
interactive graphic
There's people
novel.
with lisps. Do you not like representation?
Play a video game.
Don't even
Simple.
get me started.
I bypassed the security server with a 626 hex matrix adapter and reprogrammed
Oh,
a
626.
graphic
Oh.
subprocessor. No, I mean it. Clank, you speak nerd.
It appears
You
have a
speak
feedback
nerd,
loop in
Clank.
the induction coils of your DB3 signal
Oh, you've got your
processors.
flux capacitor plugged into your continuum transfunctioner all back to front.
Hey, there is a feedback loop.
There is a feedback loop. Hey, Billy!
This vid comic.
Treat it gently. It is a first edition.
Do you
Perhaps
like
this
gladiator
will
movies,
restore
Billy?
Quark's memory.
Shield power restored.
Traditional female ship's voice. Yeah, Mr. Boombox Man. That's kind of weird. There's some glitch going on there. I don't remember that in the game where like you can sort of see through his head and see the backs of his eyeballs as he's appearing and disappearing from the... That's a bit crazy. Yeah, Mr. Boombox Man. So I've got to go to the... back to the Starship Phoenix, the main headquarters spot of our adventuring, and do the truffle shuffle. Spitting Hydra. It's a spitting Hydra. Like even when you aim over it, it just sort of... When you select the planet though, it doesn't tell you the missions before you go into it, it just takes you there. Which the first two games would show you the missions for there, so the mission... The way it shows you the missions is a little bit different in this one. Don't know if I like it or don't like it. I was happy with the way it did it in the other ones, so I didn't have any problem with it. It was fine. Did what it needed to do. It was very logical, yeah. Did what it needed to do and nothing more. Very German. Performed excellently. Into VR simulation. Why would I want to go into that? Wait, I know why I want to go into the VR simulation.
Watch and learn, Clank.
So I can beat up the Boombox Man. Couldn't that monkey just escape from between the bars? Like, he can't, but like technically the monkey could. So the monkey has more freedom than him.
Of Captain Quark, the greatest superhero the galaxy has ever known.
The real-life adventures of Captain Quark. In a world. Pablo Francisco.
Wild speculation and a magic ape.
In a world haunted by darkness. Only one man can save the day. Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Co-starring Mackay Pfeiffer. Introducing Casey Bennett as Michelle Francisco.
However, no previous adventure could have prepared Quark for his encounter with the Dread.
Rated PG-13. Coming summer 2023.
That's robotic.
This summer's got Schwarzenegger written all over it.
Right. Now we begin the
What are those things? They look cool.
One. Booty is in the eye of the beholder.
Oh, I've actually got to play as him. Oh, it's like a 2D. It's a side scroller. Oh, it's side scroller.
You just picked up an officially licensed Quark token.
You just killed an animal. You just killed an animal. Oh, fuck it. Right.
Bling, bling, baby. The red ones are worth
He's got a sword, but you've got your fists. The superior weapon. Oh, Mr. Boombox Man. Can you grab a hold of something there? Oh, Mr. Boombox Man.
say a giant robotic space eel haunts this ship. What a bunch of hoopers. Press circle to fire my blaster. Hold down R1 and move the left analog stick for precision aiming.
Oh, Mr. Boombox Man, I have the laser blaster. What have you got? We've got nothing. Oh, shit. I shot you in the head, yeah. What you going to do? What do you say to that, Mr. Boombox Man? Rah! Do you... Where is it? Where is she? Tell me. Well, do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? Well, she's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! Well, could he throw that any shorter of a distance? Look at that guy. He really tried to throw it like a good distance. The other guy was like, You limp-wristed, boy. That's what you are, boy. You limp-wristed. What, Limp Biscuit? No, that's...
Juicy health upgrade. Remember, cadets, there's one in every level.
That's not the music I'm talking about. I'm talking about Limp. I'm talking about that there. Their band. You part of the band called Limp Wristed. Oh yeah, Mr. Boombox Man. Oh, can you jump off? That's what I was trying to do. Yeah, Mr. Boombox Man. I think I've almost killed it. We've almost killed it, Mr. Boombox Man. You defeated Dr. Robotnik. You can advance to the next Emerald Zone. Imagine a time and place inhabited purely by Chaos Emeralds. Now imagine that an evil scientist by the name of Dr. Robotnik is trying to take control of those Chaos Emeralds. Now imagine that only a bipedal hedgehog known as Sonic is able to stop him. Welcome to Sonic the Hedgehog. That's not the franchise that we're playing right now. Shut up. Quit talking to me. I'm narrating my own adventures. I'm the man known as Rod Serling. I used to be on the Twilight Zone. Imagine if that guy just talked like that just in regular life, like sits down at the dinner table back in the 50s or 60s or whatever, and his wife's like, what do you think of what I made for you, Rod? And his wife says that to him, and he's like, imagine sitting down at the dinner table and your wife puts in front of you a plate, and upon that plate is a substance I can only describe as total crap. Now imagine she expects you to eat it. Welcome to the Rod Serling marriage. Welcome to my marriage. Well, you could talk to me directly and quit talking to... The audience isn't there anymore, Rod. The cameras are gone. Now imagine that she tries to communicate with you and disrespect the way that you communicate. Look at what I have to put up with.
Hey, this dressing room isn't fit for a pig. What kind of shoddy production are you people running?
That's him, all right.
What kind of shoddy production are you people running?
I've got a mission that's perfect for you two.
I got a mission that's
Just learned
perfect for
of a
you.
prototype holographic device
It's called how
that
many
can
dents can we put in
disguise
the
the
mattress?
user as a tyrannoid, even allowing him to speak Tyrannese.
Is
Tyrannese.
it just me, or do you smell bananas?
Wow.
Anyway, the device happens to be the grand prize on this week's
Where do they come from,
Annihilation
Tyran?
mission. Check it out.
Tonight on Annihilation.
Welcome to the battle arena. Battle, battle, battle.
Let's meet tonight's victim. Oops, I mean.
It's a diminutive man that has to wear glasses.
Fred is a gadgetronist who claims he once had a morpho ray go off in his pants. What a champ.
Frank just wants a slight pay raise so that he can afford non-lactose milk at the supermarket. Frank made the ultimate mistake. He's a weakling. Now Frank's dead.
Another day, another death course.
Just looked at him like, I don't know, not what, like there was some sort of emotion going on there, but I'm not quite sure what it was. It could have been a number of things. But none of them seemed like, I want that wrench. He never really gets himself a missus, does he? Young Ratchet. Oh, young Ratchet. How unfortunate you are. Annihilation Nation. You're gonna go and do this mission in order to pick up a gadget that allows you to do another mission. That's Ratchet and Clank, the game in a nutshell.
Hey, be sure to catch me next week at the Florana Demolition Derby.
Push the button to flip the side.
Now you have to decide which door to go through. One of them contains death. The other contains not death.
To strafe, hold down L2 or R2.
Now, Mr. Boombox Man. Mr. Boombox Man.
This little guy can really move.
This little guy can really move. For such a high diminutive bipedal animal, he sure can pack a punch. Yeah, Mr. Boombox Man. Oh, I'm pretty sure I felt like I jumped over there.
This little guy can really move.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Boombox Man.
He could be championship material, folks.
I don't care what universe you're from. That's gotta hurt. You just got more health. Are you sensing a theme? You should. It's called more health. Congratulations! You just won the gadget that you were after. Oh no, it was a comic. Okay. I thought it was the gadget. They lied to me. Oh, I don't get to start shooting at them when they're further away. It just let's start the gameplay when they're really close. Yeah. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. I'd like to introduce you to a band known as Limp Bizkit. Their favorite lyric of mine is one entitled as such. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. So you better quit it, or you be living with a fact. It's like Russian roulette when you're placing a bet. So don't be upset. Just someone really formally just saying that to her. What's that Eminem lyric in like one of his songs where it's like two pit bulls, like two dogs caged or something? Coming in crazy like two dogs caged. A man tried to get into a physical altercation with me on the street, and I told him, "Back up, fella, or I'll go off like two dogs caged." He did not understand the reference, and I told him, "You won't, but one day your kids are gonna learn." He didn't understand that reference either. Oh. I'd like to introduce you to the Pontiac Firebird. It's a traditional car seen in the driveways of many nuclear American families. But this car has a dark history. Welcome to the Auto Club. My name's Rod Serling. Welcome to Top Gear. Just get Rod Serling to do lots of different shows. Because that's a topical reference. Yeah, let's do Rod Serling impressions. You don't know who Rod Serling is, then who are you as a person, really?
How about that, folks? He is better looking.
Remember in one of the previous video games, when you could disguise yourself as a robot? We'd like to introduce you to a different take on that same gadget. This one allows you to disguise yourself as a particular alien. One knew him as a tyrannoid. After you personally vanquished the Proto-Pet Menace, it was me that had to slog through that. How dare you? How dare you try and rewrite history? That's like Hitler trying to say that he saved the Jews from the Holocaust. That is not the story at all.
The training necessary to get back into tip-top shape has been exhausting.
Tip-top shape has been exhausting.
Brilliant concepts.
Brilliant mathematical concepts such as 2 + 2 = 4.
The time has come to resume my duties as the greatest hero the galaxy has ever known. Captain Quark!
Captain Quark! Captain Toothbrush Man!
You're not gonna believe this. But
Captain
the president
Colgate.
put Quark in charge of the fight against Nefarious.
What?
Our new commander just called his first team meeting. You better get back to
Good
Phoenix
God.
right away.
Why would they allow that man any sort of responsibility
Sound good.
whatsoever? You just unlocked the Terror guys. Now there's going to be a mission that specifically involves using that specific gadget. Just like a James Bond film. I'd like to introduce you to a man known only as Ratchet. He's a simple man, from the Lombax species. He likes to repair things using his larger-than-life wrench that has certain sci-fi properties. Now enters his sidekick, known only as Clank. He's a robot, of very small stature, but Clank doesn't let that get in the way.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He makes up for his small size with a vast array of accessories. Together, they are Ratchet and Clank, and this is their video game series. What is this, like the Avengers? The What was it in Rick and Morty? The whatever they were, the Vindicators or something. This is Vindicators 3. It's like, wait, hang on, what happened? Isn't this the second one? No, we did one without you. What? Oh no, Rick. Morty, it doesn't even matter. Well, million Ant-Man or something. Million ants. 1 million ants or something. Morty. I'm doing a big shit, Morty. I need more toilet paper, Morty. You're a real piece of shit, Rick. Yeah, it's a boombox man. He makes the Lego set out of clay. Don't even know what's going on in the story. Something's happening on the screen. He's just waffling. He's just saying shit. Yeah, something's happening on the screen. I don't know. Something's happening. Oh wow, this part's so different to the other ones. Remember? Yeah, oh, it takes me back. Oh, memory. Yeah, it's just so informative. Seeing like old people. Old, mate. Old. You don't know when you're born, mate. You don't know when you're born. Yeah, I'm born in July of 1989. I know exactly when I was born. Back in my day.
You're in second watch.
Aye, sir. She's not a sir. That's a man. Let's call a spade, a shovel, a chainsaw, a fine piece of horror movie equipment. What was with the delay there? I was thinking of something, okay?
I urgently need to know how
I run on Windows 98.
When are you going to play your new comic? If anybody finds a Star Master scientific calculator, please contact Boston now.
Yeah, Mr. Boombox Man. Okay, I'll go play that then. I'll go do that. And then we will go and take on the Boombox Man once more. Captain Quark. It's weird that there were like no video games of him mentioned until this third one.
Quark Comic Episode 2.
Quark Comic Episode Volume 2.
Evil was gathering in the shadowy swamps.
All those creatures. Pardon me. Alright, let's get on with it. They make the same sound, oh. Do they keep falling or do they stop, or is that... Yeah, they keep coming.
Alright, now for the fancy stuff. Press X while I'm in the air near a wall to see my awesome wall kick move. Barbecue time!
Barbecue time. I'd like to introduce you to a fashion of cooking the Spanish call le barbecue. Get out of it now. Oh, just getting to them within range. What the hell just happened there? He just ran off the edge. No, Mr. Boombox Man. Oh, whatever. Oh, Mr. Boombox Man, I have more range than you do. Yeah, there's electricals beneath you. Do not fall, or you will face failure. Much embarrassment. Much failures, yeah. Oh, whatever. Doesn't let me damage it. I'm almost dead. And you don't get more health. Oh no, this is not happening. That was my first death, technically. Yeah, Mr. Boombox, you have failed. Hey. Oh, get out of it. Get out of it here. Non-stop platforms. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Did I pass the level, or what was that? That was sort of a random level end. This was just a demo disc.
Defeated, Dr. Nefarious had no choice but to flee Blackwater City in disgrace.
You've not seen the last of me. I will have my vengeance if it takes 1,000 years.
Dr. Nefarious was right about one
Dr.
thing.
Chipotle.
Would meet again, and sooner than he realized. For a true hero like Captain Quark will stop at nothing in the name of justice.
What? I held my breath.
Oh, Mr. Boombox Man. Infiltrate the underwater hideout. Wow, how very traditional. Oh, it's like a James Bond film now, with the underwater hideout, where the Boombox Man is hiding, with his giant music head.
Ratchet, I couldn't help.
Ratchet. The plasma VPR. Agents of Doom. Oh, it's a Boombox Man.
You can upgrade your starfighter.
They all just seem like design things, so I'm not too worried about that. Notice the heavy ordnance things allow you to carry their bombs so you can go and bomb the English, yeah. Bombs the Tommies. Aquatos. It sounds like some sort of water villain. You're about to fight a man known as Aquatos, a superhuman deity made up of water.
Excuse me?
Made up of H2O, commonly referred to as water.
Star is nowhere to be found.
What is that? Some sort of a space Steven Spielberg ripoff?
Right, I get it.
Or is he more of a Brian De
You
Palma?
want a daily oil massage?
You
Good.
decide.
I need my star on the set pronto, capiche?
You're breaking up.
You're breaking
So
up.
I can see you, weasel boy.
Weasel
Oh
boy.
yeah? How about now?
I'm not a weasel. Or a raccoon. How
He'll
dare
figure
you make those
something out. We
assumptions?
got work to do.
He'll figure something out. That's right. He'll figure something out. Because after all, he's a filmmaker. Telling stories. On the silver screen. Oh my god, Mr. Bullbox Man. It's an underwater kingdom, yeah. Flux rifle. That's the sniper rifle, I believe. Well, you can go and flex yourself. Who's this guy?
Skid? What
Oh.
are you doing here?
There's a bunch of characters from the previous two games coming back. Almost like they're trying to wrap up a story. A story told in trilogy form.
I think we've got this
Until that is, they made multiple sequels afterwards. Where they're currently up to Ratchet and Clank number 9.
I think we'd like you to join the mission, Shadow Dude.
I'd like to introduce you to a song known as Mambo number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, these enemies again. I'm actually fighting them right in the game. Am I able to go into that water? Oh, I am. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was an option. But now I'm aware it is. I haven't noticed the fire rate of this weapon increase yet. Oh, so they just don't go for him? They just come for me? Okay. Oh, so those things do shoot at me? Okay. Yep. Oh, look, and I just lost most of my health. Even though I was already trying to shoot at them before. Oh, look, and then I got maximum nanotech, and, yeah. You, didn't... What was that green one? What did that do? Was that just bolts? Oh, it gives you a multiplier. For a short period of time, you'll earn double the amount of bolts. Oh look, here's one of those puzzle sections. Do we need to do this ourselves? No. It looks like our compatriot, Skids McMarks, will do it himself. People who were previously just film actors are now doing actual life or death missions that decide the fate of the galaxy. This sounds like something out of Tropic Thunder or the Fast and the Furious franchise. That guy just randomly up there in the corner. That was a bit strange. I'd like to introduce you to a man known only as the Boombox Man. He has a head made out of stereo equipment. All he does is eat CD-ROMs and cassette tapes. So I should be able to breathe underwater, I think, with this. They didn't make me...
You haven't forgotten how to swim, have you? Press square to
You haven't forgotten how to swim, have you? Let's reintroduce you to the controls.
Rise faster. Your helmet will provide oxygen. At least, in theory.
How am I supposed to smash the crates? Yeah, Mr. Boombox Man, you have not thought of that, have you? Ugh, Chipotle chicken sandwich.
Be careful down there. My scanners show a huge biomass moving towards you down the drain pipe.
Is it a giant one of those things? Is that what it is? Yeah, Mr. Boombox Man. Oh, what is that? Oh, shit. Goodness gracious me, Mr. Boombox Man. You got a sewer crystal. That's a shit crystal. That's a big old turd nugget, boy, that's what that is. No, it's space rock. No, that's a big space poopy. Dudes! Reaganomics! Impressions of different political figures from the 80s and 90s done in a sci-fi setting. Whoa! Awesome! Cowabunga! Eat my shorts. Who would want to eat someone's shorts? I mean, the clothing, the fabric's not even digestible. It makes no sense. From a technical standpoint. Super secret agent, mystery music, engage. Oh, watch out, it's a robot with a flamethrower. Wants to make barbecue of the Ratchet Man. Oh shit. You just got more health, even after the previous recent health upgrades. Isn't this shockingly different to the previous games? Like in the first one, where the health upgrade was a definite afterthought. Ah, Mr. Boombox Man. You keep using your shotgun when you should just use the wrench to smash open the crates, yeah. You're not thinking properly. This is why we will beat you on the European frontier. Oh, there's a mine. It's a goddamn mine. Watch out, the Germans have laid them right in the middle of our path. Oh my god, you somehow swam directly into one of them. What are you, some sort of a space cadet? I'd like to introduce you to a man known as Huey Lewis, and his band known as The News. The original music was a little too new wave for my taste, but when sports came out in '83, I think they really came into their own. The song Hip to Be Square, an upbeat tune loved by one and all. Oh look, the weapon just upgraded once more. But it does send the ammo back to full. They do that. That's something they retained. Hey, Ratchet! What's going on, man? Totally buzzing out. Let's go, dudes. Let's go, Ratchet. Yeah, Mr. Boombox Man. Beep. Pardon me. Doing cough coughs.
Shh. Clank, did you hear that?
We are not alone.
Hey, look, it's what's his name? Slim Cognito.
I forgot to feed my goldfish.
I forgot to feed my goldfish. We jumped into it like it was a hole.
My best customer.
Okay. The mini turret glove and the lava gun, previously under a separate name. You got a free weapon. What was the free weapon? Oh, it just lets you choose that for free. Okay. Doesn't let you pick one of them for free? Like, no. No, we're going to decide that for you. We're going to decide all of the things for you. Take the submarine to Dr. Nefarious's base. Enter the next part of the mission. Lots of submarine footage. Something James Cameron would love.
There's the...
Oh, it's one of these parts. Are you serious? Mr. Boombox Man, yeah. Ah! Mr. Boombox Man, you're not able to pass the level, are you? You're not thinking like the eagle.
Clank, that little sucker will chase bananas any place you shoot him. Give it a try.
Put the bananas onto the platform and watch him do the work for you.
Clank, if the guards discover you, just shoot a banana and have the monkey destroyed.
Have the guard shoot at the monkey. That's not inhumane at all.
Ratchet, I...
Hello.
Ratchet,
This is like a SingStar sequence or Parappa the Rapper. You actually have to do a little communication mini game with them. Certainly not a Lombax. Why would you mention that? Introducing more options of things you have to do, yeah. Oh, and then the camera just moves over. I like that. The backwards and forwards of it all. Yeah, Mr. Boombox Man. Ah, Mr. Boombox Man.
Look, Gadgebot! I love those little guys. To give them command, just hold.
Oh, they just come out of
select the
briefcases
command
now?
with the left analog
Like the Iron Man suit in one of the in the second movie? Go into the thing, yeah. Use the monkey to distract the prison guards, yeah. Fuck's sakes, get out of the way.
That gate with the number on it is a bot port. Select
That gate with the number on it is a bot
to
port.
order your gadget bots into the port. When the number hits 0, the port will unlock.
Get out of it. Oh, whatever. Ooh, I just made it. Yeah, Mr. Boombox Man, we have a more... We have a more complicated sequence of buttons now. I keep pressing it too early. Yeah, Mr. Boombox Man, this is the challenge for you, isn't it, yeah? Trying to overcome the complex Enigma code that the Germans made on the fucking Second World War. This is the German studio. Would you mind extending your bridge, Mr. Boombox Man? Yeah, Mr. Boombox Man. I get what I want to say, dear.
What?
Well, what took you so long?
Clank, what are you doing here? You're supposed to meet me on the surface.
I thought I would help.
I thought I would help. Nah, Mr. Boombox Man. You're falling for a long time now, aren't you? Going down the river of poopies, yeah. Oh, look at all that built up gunk.
Whoa.
Hey, it's what's his name?
Deja vu.
The plumber.
Oh, it's you two again. Right on schedule. This here is one of the nastiest...
That's the
smelliest
janitor from
galaxies.
Scrubs.
Most guys wouldn't set foot in a place like this, but me...
There are 99 sewer crystals left to find, yeah. The poopy crystals. Optional. How do you return to the Phoenix, yeah? The flight of the Phoenix. Maybe if I go over here. There we go. Return to the ship. Yeah, more submarine footage. You're welcome, James Cameron. All the vehicle travel screens. Shut up. Corgan Base, Planet Tyrannosis. Okay. I'm going to call that a stream for now. That's almost 2 hours in. And we've gotten through a few planets. Does it show us all the planets that we've done? You got to go to the spaceship for that. Let's let me guess. The save things in options. There it is. Let's save, and that's it. Okay, so we're a few planets into the Ratchet and Clank 3. That is gonna be it for a stream for tonight. But I will be back in the weekend where I will tackle this game. I've got all the weekend off, 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, in my neck of the woods, Australasia, where I will probably jam my way through this game and hammer it out and call it a trilogy. How many planets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just unlocked the 6th one, although one of those is the headquarters location, the Starship Phoenix. So, yeah. But we will return to that probably tomorrow night. We will continue on and hammer out some more Ratchet and Clank 3 up your arsenal. Until then,